Reporting for KDSJ Local Sports, Clayson Davis here with you, and here to help recap the Spearfish Spartans football season. We have the head man of the Spearfish Spartans, Coach Tom Tieszen, joins us again here with KDSJ Local Sports. Coach Tieszen, you just finished up your first season as the Spearfish Spartans head coach. How does it feel to get that first season under your belt?
It felt great. I couldn't ask for a better group of players and coaches and admin to surround myself for my first year. It made it a great year, not just from the football standpoint, but from the brotherhood and the enjoyment and being around good people.
As you guys finished with a record of 6-4, best season since the 2016 season, the last winning season. Also had your best playoff seeding since 2022, so a lot of standards were set for this season compared to the previous few football seasons in Spearfish. What do you think is the case behind that?
Just time. It all takes time. You could look at this season and be like, oh, this is a great rebound year, or what suddenly changed to get us to the kind of results that we have. But this has been, a program that's, 8 years in the making, talking all the way back, when the current seniors were, in elementary school. 5 years ago when Coach Wademan took over, those seniors had been going through a tough time. And the ones that stayed and committed, took Coach Wademan's vision and took one more step. And again, every class after that has taken one more step towards the goal that we want. And this year, the seniors did exactly that. They took one more step, and hopefully next year, our juniors this year, when they're seniors, they're going to help take that next step. And we can continue to grow this thing.
What was there to learn from your first season, and talk about some of the lessons that you learned throughout this football season?
Yeah, there's always things you learn throughout a season. Trusting the boys, trusting their opinion, their input, putting them in a good position to succeed. Leaning on my assistant coaches a little bit more, balancing your organization, your travel, your administration, all of that stuff on top of the coaching, just finding a good balance with all that is always a learning curve.
As Coach Tom Tieszen joins us from the Spearfish Spartans football program, recapping the Spartan season right here on KDSJ Sports. It talked a little bit about the senior impact. Who were some of those main seniors this year that stepped up, played a big role this season? We all know the name Hunter Walters, Evan Wilson, just to name a few, Dylan Doran as well. But what were some of the other seniors that contributed huge to this season?
Well, yeah, those guys did a great job. Another guy that did a ton for us this year, Ben Allred. He's a guy that was in the trenches doing a lot of the dirty work. One of the guys that, if you would have looked at him as a freshman, sophomore, you wouldn't have expected him to have the impact that he did. But he is the ultimate model of trusting the process, doing what you're supposed to do through the 4 years and coming out and being a dude. Other guys like Ruben Lucio, he's a guy that he didn't play last couple years, and he came in and gave us a great look on scout team, gave us some valuable minutes in varsity time. Matthew and Marcus Medina, good guys in the trenches that we could always count on. Another guy that didn't come out till this year, Drace Eisenbarth, and another one, Cole Mallow. Two guys that came in and were great leaders, did all the things we asked them to do, gave them some valuable minutes, and were inspiration to those young guys, took on leadership roles. Great young men. This senior class, I'm definitely going to miss.
Talk a little bit about some of your underclassmen that stepped up this season and some players that you're looking forward to build up on coming next season.
Like an Asher Peel, Lathan Lucas, that, were solid juniors for us in the trenches. We had a lot of juniors doing a lot of good work. Sam Marcus, Reese Botts, and we even had a lot of sophomores really contributing. Some big names like Carson Sire, Cade Babruska, Thomas Hughes, Graham Hughes are all names that you heard on Friday night. But this junior and sophomore class is just loaded with athletes, guys that haven't even been able to touch the field yet because they've had, a Hunter Walters, a Dylan Doran in front of them. And I'm super excited to see what some of those guys, in a year, 2 years, we're going to be saying those guys' names on Friday nights and being like, where did these guys come from? And really, they've been there the whole time. They just had a lot of talent in front of them. Jackson Peters, Connor Johnson, Skylar Bryant, Easton Walters, so Zaya Torpy. We've just got so many guys that I can't wait to see how they develop and the time that they put in and the results that they're going to get.
You were also recently awarded the Class AA Coach of the Year for the state of South Dakota, as you were awarded that award during the state championship in Vermilion this season. Did you know you were in the running for the award, or how did you feel when you were announced as the Coach of the Year for Class AA?
Yeah, they emailed or called me the week before and told me that I had received that. So it was kind of fun. I got to tell the team, before it was announced at the game, and I put the emphasis. It's not possible. I can't coach. I can't win games on my own. It's all of the people around me, the assistant coaches, our strength coach, our mindset coach, the AD, everybody coming together, and really, it's all about the players. They've got to put their hearts and souls out there for me. They've got to put the effort in order to do what we need to do on Friday nights, and to be able to get that recognition, to me was more of a showcase of what our athletes were able to do this year. And so I give all the credit to them, and I'm very thankful that I got to coach this team this year.
As you were there for the Class AA state championship between Watertown and Pierre, and it went down as a pretty good game. Your thoughts on the Class AA state championship?
Yeah, I think it was perfect that the state championship comes down to, the last 50 seconds in one play, because all year we had, said that this year AA was kind of up in the air of who could win it. Anybody really in those top 5 seeds, we all thought could make a run and win the state championship. So it's obviously frustrating when you think you believe that you have the talent to be playing in that game. Both of those teams played phenomenal down the stretch. I'm really glad that Watertown was able to come out with a win. I think it was their first one in the last 23 years or something like that. And boy, did they deserved it. They played their hearts out this season.
As we close the book on this 2024 football season, as they go through their winter activities and then going into the spring and summer, what do you want to see from your team before next fall?
We love multi-sported athletes. It gives you something to compete in and be mentally strong, and know how to push yourself. So we love our guys to compete in multi-sports. Like in the spring, Coach Nida does a great job of working with us in football and letting guys do, open fields and liftings in the morning and then track after school. So it's something I expect all of our guys to be bought into this school, bought into other sports, into lifting, and then getting into summer, really hitting the off-season stuff. But, we talked at the end of the season. We had a great brotherhood this season.
I want to thank you for talking with us throughout the entire season. It's been an honor, and good luck with your future endeavors, and we look forward to seeing Spartan football back in action again next fall.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
As that was head coach for the Spearfish Spartans, Tom Tieszen. The Spearfish Spartans finished the year 6-4 in Class AA, and they look to build on this year's success next year. Again, if you want to rewatch or re-listen to any of our Spearfish Spartans football broadcasts, you can find those games on our KDSJ-TV channel on YouTube. You can just go to KDSJ-TV on YouTube and go to the live tab, where you can find every single high school football broadcast from the Spearfish Spartans for this season. For KDSJ Local Sports, I'm Clayson Davis reporting.